So I popped into Book Off today, and just as an example, I picked up some cheap cards just to show you that it is possible to pick up cheap cards still from retailers in Japan, which will do very well in the future. This was 230 yen after taxes, and this is a character rare from a set back in 2022. So it's coming up to 3 years ago, and it's still at 230 yen. Now, this is just going to go up. I mean, no financial advice, but unless there's any issues, all boats are going up. So if things are going up, this will go up. This is now coming to being out of print, well, basically out of print. So these boxes will go up. The contents of these cards will go up. So you can't really go wrong with that, especially if you're living in Japan as well and you have a membership to Book Off. You get 100 yen discount a month. You get a voucher. So basically, two of these cards is 460 yen, and you get 100 yen off. I mean, you can't go wrong. Then we've got cards like this, 480 yen. And before anybody jumps in and says, "Oh, that card's bent," it's not. It's got curvature. Now, this curvature is mostly due to the fact of the humidity here in Japan. Okay, now as you come out of the summer, it's like 87% humidity right now. As you come out of the summer and you put this in a hard case or between a book, by November this will revert back to being flat. It's easy to do, done it a million times. There's nothing wrong with this card. There's no defects to it at all. It is perfectly mint card. It's just got curvature, and curvature does not actually affect when you submit to PSA. I have never had a problem or heard of anybody who's had a problem with curvature on their card for submitting to PSA. You might want to bear that in mind when you see cards and they are cheap and they are in Japan, because a lot of people walk away from them thinking that there's damage, and there is zero damage. These can be reverted, especially if you're going back to somewhere like the UK without any humidity. This card will just return to normal. There's no issues. You're going to have to put it between a couple of books and leave it for like 3 weeks, but it will be fine, totally fine. So you might want to consider that. But this video is basically to point out the fact that for 1,400 yen or so, and then I had 100 yen off, now for 1,400 yen, you can pick up two potential cards. And like I said, no financial advice, but this is how I get into the market on cheap stuff and sit on it. And, you've got to have your own eye. But dude, do you have a problem with this card? Other than you're going to say curvature, but do you have a problem with this card? I mean, the artwork is cool. It looks really nice, and it will do really, really well if it's graded, and in a case, it will look outstanding, right? And for 480 yen, when this is like this year's, right? So in 3 years' time, when this is out of print, 2.5 years when this is out of print, everyone will be going, "Oh yeah, that's a cool card. I really like that." As this will start to go up now because it's out of print. So it's just a no-brainer. Like I said, there are ways to get into the hobby for cheap and still have some cool cards. So bear that in mind. You might not be able to buy the exact card you want, but you might be able to pick up cards that you think, well, that looks underpriced for the fact of where it came from and the artwork and, the potential of grading of this card as well. So bear all of that in mind, and don't get overwhelmed by the prices of chase cards which you see. There are other alternatives in the market. So that was just an educational video from Japan. And thank you for watching. And if anyone has any questions, let me know, or follow us on Instagram as well. Okay, thank you, and bye from Tokyo.